the top G, Mr. Cobra Tate. He's kind of been getting into YouTube boxing, at least kind of breaking his way into the scene, talking smack to Jake, Logan, KSI, all those bigger names. But recently in a vlog, he got called out by some like 5'3" dude, and yeah, they sparred real quick, and yeah, we're just gonna break it down and actually look at Andrew Tate, because there's been talks that he might fight Logan Paul, except he kind of denied that offer according to Mams Taylor, saying he needed tune-up fights, which, you know, fair enough. He's got some eye issues in the past, but anyways, Tate was out in, I believe, Spain, but the way this gym was set up, it looks like it's Thailand, but regardless, that does not matter. Definitely, he's in a Thai gym, gets called out by this dude. That, I mean, look at the size difference. It's like kind of sad that they even did this, but yeah, we're just gonna jump in and break this down. All right, so yeah, nothing really. So this is the sparring session. It looks like supposedly they're like in Spain, but yeah, like I said, it's definitely a Thai gym. So just some nice like lead-in feints from Tate. Just this feeling out process, right? So he's kind of barely even working to corral him. Just kind of feeling him out, letting him do the work. And there's that looping left hook. And when you have such a big, okay, so here, look at this. Now I'm not saying anything, but against a taller opponent like Jake or Logan, I mean, what's to say about Tate? The way he's fully squared up this way and fully leaning in here. I know he's a kickboxer, so like you should really not be developing this habit, right? Kicks are people start to see that. And just in boxing, you'll get this left hook and see he reads it, but super late. Tate pulls away, gets this guard here running like a loose Philly shell, and he keeps the chin pretty high. Oh, wow. Okay, so look at how high he keeps the chin here. I think we might want to, that's a shot that I actually kind of want to highlight here. So we're going to go back and take a look at it. So once again, like I was talking about, the way kind of Tate's just letting, what's his face? I forgot this guy's name already. And I do the work for him. But then, so he kind of pushed back here into the ropes in a very bladed stance. The toes are almost touching. His stance is pretty bladed for just boxing, if he's just a box. But look at this. The way he feints this, it actually is a good setup to go high, but just the head so exposed. And he doubles up on it. You don't really have anything to worry about, though. I mean, look at this. Look at the body language difference here. And one thing I will highlight from Tate, look at how he changes stances there. Very smooth. And he just kind of has this opening, easy left hook to the liver, and, you know, shuts my man's body down. Obviously, power, speed, and height advantage, all for Tate in this clip. But we kind of start to see the difference in Tate compared to a lot of YouTube boxers in one major factor, the fluidity of the stance changes, which will make things actually pretty confusing, in all fairness to him. For a lot of guys, it'll be very confusing and hard to deal with. Jake is obviously going up against a guy like Silva, Anderson Silva up next, where Anderson, yes, is a southpaw, but he can change stances if need be, and he's a tricky fighter. He was supposed to fight Hasim Rahman Jr., and that was a reason why that matchup was so intriguing to many, because Hasim can change stances. But Andrew Tate, the fluidity coming from I believe, a karate background, the way he kind of fluidity. Oh, okay, so here's this pull counter. Boom, beautiful. Pull counter, that's my favorite shot in all of boxing, and you can see why everyone loves it. So Tate baits the head in, baits it in, just, like, tells him to hit him or whatever. Goes out again. Little gesture with the hands. It just easily steps back barely, fires the right. Nice head movement in that pullback, in that pull counter too. It was just that's a good shot. That shows the how high level Tate is. He's not the most high level guy in the world, but he's pretty solid. Backs him up into the corner. That's a little dirty for a little sparring. Just dropped the guy. So then some close clinch work. I'm interested to see how Andrew Tate would deal with someone that can actually dirty box. I know he has MMA experience as well, and in kickboxing you can do a lot from the clinch. So I think I just would be interested to see how well he can control guys, especially if he, in boxing, is able to find, you know, that half tie plum or anything. So that jab snaps him back. One thing I really don't like about this jab, look at the way this jab comes back. So we have to highlight this because it's pretty sloppy. Some of the step-ins are nice, but we need to highlight the way this jab comes out. So it kind of comes out at this angle. Tate's head is very up. I'd like to see this a little bit more straightened, right? But look at that, a little backhand almost. The body. And then look at the way this jab comes back. The way he's pulling it back is extremely sloppy. So I like this. I like his high guard when he runs a high guard. I actually do like that from Andrew Tate. He's got a pretty nice guard. Good shell. Just some sloppy jabs. So you're seeing from Tate that hooks are where he's going to, the closer range exchanges, at least when he can fire hooks, is where he's pretty good. But he's really not good just swinging and banging, you know, as Tuivasa would say. But here they go, back inside the clinch, back out. Just really from Tate, it's not anything crazy to write home about. It's just the stance switches that I'd like to highlight. That's a nice feint there, because what does this feint do? It pushes him back, puts him off balance, but all the way to here. He'll take him blitzing if he wishes to, and it'd be easier. So he feints it again, and then that nice, ooh, that jab. Ooh, that's a solid jab. Solid jab, puts him down. He's got to get back up. We're going to skip through that. So the jab of Tate is nice if he tries to put power behind it, but he's just throwing it. It's not the best. That's a nice parry to the body. You don't see that a ton. So I'm parrying to the body, but the height difference, like he just had so much time. The speed difference too. The way Tate's fighting with the, see this stance? Look at this way he's changing. Oh, okay. Okay, Tate. Okay. So let's watch this again. So the way the way he changes stance is very fluid here. No really telegraphing in the upper body, but the chin's pretty exposed here. And then he just slides with that left. He extends a little too much. What can he do? Slide into this karate bladed stance, and then go back. Look at that. Just the way he pulls back. I don't love to see that, because what's this? This is right here, but the way he just slips offline, pulling away from the jab, enables him to fire this over the top. In fact, we need to look at this again, because of it's actually a pretty nice shot. So here's like what I'm trying to highlight here is just the really great technique behind the stance switches and the footwork wise. But let's look at this exchange here. This is pretty telling. So he sees this jab from a mile away. Instead of going out to parry, these hands super low, he just fires back. He slips off the center line, which leads this right hand to not land, and his own right hand to be much more available because all of his body weight shifted. However, Tate is so off balance here that just speaks to the, not even power that Tate has, but the size difference in this one. Like, this should have just not been happening. Then they come back here. We're gonna speed it back up. But yeah, I don't know. This is kind of just sad that they did this. I don't know if Tate needed the ego boost. And I'm not trying to be like hating on the guy. I'm not like some big YouTube boxer fan either. Like, I'm not diehard fan of that either. But nice. The way he turns over and pivoted there was pretty solid. Brings it up. But I mean, it literally looks like if I was fighting a toddler. Like, and just the height wise, like, it's just like, bro, like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here, Tate? This is not teaching anyone anything about him. I know this guy was talking some smack, so like, fair enough, it's kind of funny. Like, look at that. And that's the end of the round. That's the end of the fight. I said that with quotes. But yeah, I mean, that's nothing crazy. I mean, clearly he put some work in on that guy, dropped him like 5 or 6 times, something like that. And yeah, that guy was talking smack, so I guess fair enough. But like, come on, man. Like, did this need to happen? Did you need to go to the head here? Like, I think everyone knows Andrew Tate's a douchebag at this point. But yeah, I don't know if he needed to hit him in the head at all, really. Give him any punishment there. Just hit him in the body. You're supposedly some kickboxing world champion. Now, is Andrew Tate a kickboxing world champion? Yeah, technically he holds titles, but is he legit? Semi-legit. Like, he is a pretty decent kickboxer. I did a breakdown on his kickboxing skill level because he did not fight a lot of high-level guys for a while. So he's pretty legit, but we can't really tell fully because he hasn't fought super good guys. And in the boxing, he's not that great. His dynamic flexibility and range with the kicks and the side kicks was something that made Andrew Tate's kickboxing style unique and effective because it was pretty unorthodox, and his just striking, his boxing is not that great. And I think this clip showed that while the fluidity and the stance switches will create problems for some fighters in the YouTube boxing scene, it's just probably not going to be enough with some of the better guys like Jake Paul, like Logan Paul. KSI, that's an interesting matchup because of the size mainly. Tate's like 6'3", KSI is like 5'11", 6 foot on a good day. So it makes it pretty interesting. But like the KSI fight or the Logan Paul fight, the Jake Paul fight, I think those are pretty good fights for both the Pauls. For KSI, it's a pretty tough matchup, but I think KSI could get that one done. But really just Tate leaves his chin out a lot, and he's gone through an entire career of kickboxing. Don't treat it like he's like some 25-year-old who's barely taken any damage. No, he's taken some damage. He's got a lot of eye damage too. That's why he retired. So there's tons of different factors around Tate being good in the boxing ring with some of these other YouTubers. Him taking tune-up fights before taking a fight against Logan Paul. It's smart, in fairness to Tate. As much as I might not love the guy, it's a smart thing to do. But it doesn't really help his public image. So I don't know why he's doing it. Like, it's smart, but for the public image, it's really not going to help him at all. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's little crappy breakdown of Andrew Tate's skill level. I know it was kind of weird. I've been away from the game for like 3 weeks. But yeah, hopefully I can get a little bit consistent. I don't know. We'll see. But then again, did you ask? No. So yeah. Take care, subscribe, like, all that jazz. Peace.